Greetings and welcome to the broadcast. We are so excited that you're here. We ask that you listen to this message, but also share it out with your friends, family, and coworkers because everybody has relationships. Whether you're preparing for marriage or you're in a marriage, or whether or not you were in a marriage before and you want to make sure that if God brings your future spouse, that you do it the right way, it's super important to enrich your marriage. And we have an intensive coming up this Saturday, January the 17th at 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And Lisa and I have been doing this stuff for a long time. We both have multiple years of experiential knowledge through being married, but then we also have our trainings. We both hold master degrees. We've both been working with clients for many years. We know the ups and downs, but we also know how important it is that you nourish your marriage. And this is what we're calling our marriage reset. So, Lisa, why is it so important for us to have that reset at the beginning of the year, casting vision on our marriage? Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, you know what, Maggie? I look at it as a systems update. A marriage reset isn't a failure move. It's a systems update where sometimes love is there, faith is there, and commitment is there, but the operating system is a bit glitchy. And as a married couple, we all know what that glitchiness can be about. And a reset helps you stop surviving and start rebuilding on purpose. And I think that is so very important. You can be stuck in patterns, unhealthy patterns that just keep repeating. Same argument, different week.
Right.
Same trigger, same shutdown. A reset helps you zoom out and name the cycle instead of blaming your spouse. Most couples aren't fighting about the issue. They're fighting the pattern. And until that pattern is interrupted, nothing really changes. And so life transitions quickly and quietly can knock you out of alignment. Kids, grief, career changes, church hurt even, financial stress, health challenges. I mean, we all have some type of health challenge within our marriage. And these things don't ask for permission, Maggie. They don't ask for permission, but they reshape people. And a reset creates a space to ask, who are we now? Who are we now? I got married at a young age. I got married at 18. And as I was growing and developing and changing, my husband had to adjust to those changes as well as I had to adjust to his changes. And so instead of expecting your spouse to be still, to be who they were 5 or 10 years ago, a reset is needed. And here's the honest truth. A marriage reset isn't about going backwards. It's about deciding not to drift forward on autopilot.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. That's good because you know what? So many times people just do go through autopilot with their, the day in, day out, like you said, the same things resurface and so forth. And so many times unhealed wounds start to leak into our relationship. And, the abandonment, betrayal, rejection, control, those things just don't disappear, right? I always say that feelings buried alive don't die. All right. We need to process them and put them in their proper place. I'm a gardener, and whenever I garden, I'm looking at the health of the soil.
Yeah.
And if that soil is contaminated, that seed might come forth, but it's going to be weak. It's going to be leggy. It's going to be falling over. We don't want to see relationships falling over because they did not do what was necessary. So what I do is I put in amendments, right? Compost and all these, different type of things, worm cast and things to make it healthy.
Okay.
And that's what we're talking about with the marriage reset, because we want people to have healthy relationships. And you don't want yesterday's junk, right? You want to make sure that you're in a good place. And in the reset, you can address the underreactions or the stop, trying to punish your spouse for the pain, right? That they didn't cause. Maybe it was from something else. Triggers are a real thing. And whenever you come together in a intensive, you get tools needed for your toolbox to have a healthy, strong marriage. And if you've been managing marriage instead of nurturing it, listen, that's, we get in that rhythm of paying bills and running kids and keeping the peace and going through all this. Maintenance is not intimacy, right?
Come on.
This happens all the time where couples will get married and then all of a sudden they end up having their focus on just taking care of the kids and their careers. And then all of a sudden their kids go to college and there might be a career shift or something and they don't know their spouse. It is important to nourish it. It's important to keep that there, because if not, you'll end up in a roommate stage. And your spouse is not like your coworker, right? They're not like your roommate.
Right.
You're supposed to have a good, strong relationship. Relationships, you're going to struggle, but you're only going to struggle if you go into it without a plan, because if you don't have a plan, you're going to fail by default. And so what we are trying to help people do is to overcome those things, get on purpose into where they can be healthy in their relationship. Resets are healthy couples staying healthy, right? Don't wait. Do not wait until your marriage is falling apart, right? A lot of people do that with their physical bodies. They wait till their body's breaking down because they didn't do any maintenance, right? Do the maintenance, give it through nutrition. And we want to see hurting couples get honest enough to heal.
Absolutely. Reset intensive. This intensive will work because it interrupts what's not working and accelerates what actually is healing, what heals.
So good.
And one of the reasons I believe God gave us this reset intensive is because it pulls couples out of survival mode and into focus.
So good.
A lot of times we're surviving month after month, year after year. That is not God's will. Amen. Most marriages don't fall apart. They fade under pressure.
Yeah.
And, an intensive creates a protected space from distractions. We have our phones, we have our entertainment, we have our distraction, we have our kids, we have our work, we have constant noise. So real that conversations can't happen. But when you decide to focus on what's important, get the tools that God wants you to have, when you slow down the chaos, clarity shows up. Couples stop reacting and start actually hearing each other. And I think that is so important, Maggie.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge because we have to get to the root of a problem. Weekly conversations often kind of skim to the surface because life erupts and there's just, things happen. But the reset goes a little deeper. It's quickly addressing patterns and unspoken things and just kind of examining, it's always good to do a checkup. We do that on our personal selves. Why not in our relationships? And it's super important that kind of concentrated clarity that creates breakthroughs and it also it avoids the breakdown. Okay. It's all in the communication. The bottom line is a reset intensive isn't a last resort. It's a strategic pause to help you focus and realign and trust your spouse again. Move forward with an intention instead of just waiting for drifting, on the fumes, let's just get by. It's so important. And so I want to take this time to let you all know this is something that is important to us, but it should be important to you. And these intensives are incredibly affordable and they are so inexpensive. It is a third, and not even a third, it's probably a fraction of the cost of what one counseling session would do. And you're getting a lot of information that can transfer into other relationships and to help other people with. Everything we get is not always just for us. So I know we've got a conference coming up later in the year. Lisa, can you share about the conference?
Yes, our Reset Marriage Conference will be in Murfreesboro at Murfreesboro Community Church. Our doors will open at 8:30 and we'll have beverages for you. We'll start promptly at 9 and we have our praise and worship with Carissa Walker. And we have 2 guest speakers, Marlis and Robert Sales. And of course, we'll have an hour for lunch. There's plenty of restaurants in the area. But we believe that this conference, our intensives will build on each other, and this conference will bring a lot of what we've already discussed into greater focus. We will have a lot more practical ideas for you guys to go through, but we definitely want to encourage you not just attend the intensives, but attend the conferences. The conference is May 2nd, Saturday, May 2nd, and we will have registration available next week. And so we encourage you, even if you cannot make it, please share the information.
Absolutely, because this is important to make a priority.
Yes.
What is important to us, we make a priority for. And your relationship, especially your marriage.
Absolutely.
Way up there on the list. We also want to give you the opportunity, if you're looking just for encouragement when it comes to your marriage, we've got all kinds of stuff out there on our newer YouTube channel. Lisa and I both have our own channels. Hers is Powered Fuel Living and mine is Moving Forward Media. But we have a YouTube together because we do so much work together. And we really feel like God has given us an anointing in this area because he's called us to do it. And we want to share it with you. So please go and subscribe and share some reels and get some fuel in your tank so that you can make it and thrive. Get out of survival and thrive. It's going to happen. In addition to that, you can follow us on our Facebook page, and we'll put that in the chat stream as well. But we hope that you'll take advantage because when does registration close for this Saturday, Lisa?
I believe it closes Thursday.
Okay.
So I'm not quite sure, but I believe that it closes Thursday.
Okay. So you hear that, y'all? Today is Monday. And so we want you to share this out, like, comment, or if you have questions, or if you have a topic that you would like for Lisa and I to address in one of our future intensives and or future videos, feel free to put that in the chat stream because we want to hear from you. We want to make sure. We wrote a book last year called Your Marriage Toolbox, right? And we're all about reset, having the equipping tools needed for a thriving relationship. So any final words, Lisa?
Yeah, I encourage you to go to our YouTube channel, Lisa Hooks and Maggie Kavanaugh. You will see our cross as our picture. But, we have reels, we have information there that can help you. We also have a Facebook page that we are redesigning. And so it has encouragement there as well. So please subscribe and we will definitely get more information to you. And as Maggie said, if there is something that is on your heart that's concerning marriage and relationships, please let us know because we will address it. We will ask God about it. We will study about it and we will address it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've dropped those links in the chat stream. So just go ahead and copy it over in your browser and go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. So Lisa, I look forward to seeing you this Saturday.
Yes.
And y'all out there watching, we look forward to seeing you. And you might be going, oh my gosh, am I going to have to show my face? You don't have to.
Mhm.
So you can show up in your pajamas with your coffee. And if you are single thinking, I want to have some of these equipping tools, go ahead and join, because we want to make sure that you are prepared in and out of season for every relationship that the Lord has for you. We love you. God bless you. And we'll see you next time. And so make sure that if you've seen this video, comment below so we know. Help us with the algorithm. Get it out there.
Yes,
And we
yes,
appreciate
yes,
you guys
yes.
so much. We'll see you
And please
Saturday.
register on Eventbrite, and we will see you Saturday.
Bye, y'all.